Good morning, Facebook. Please comment below if you cannot hear me. I do have a microphone attached so you can hear me better. So today I wanted to talk about something that comes up very often in land. So I want to talk about subdividing property. So I just closed on a deal this morning. We signed off all the closing documents on a property. I had it before listed on Kohut. Please apologize if you hear. I apologize if you hear any noise in the background or if somebody walks in, because it is 10:43 a.m. here on this wonderful Monday morning, and we are still working. But I thought I would do a quick video about subdividing property because I just got done closing a deal. You might have seen it on my Facebook. It was half-acre parcel for $39,000, and it was a mess, and it was very hard to close, but we finally got it together. So that's why I wanted to do a video about subdividing. Just a few things that you want to keep in mind, because sometimes it's not as simple as it seems, and sometimes it's simpler than you think. So what you do is, if you want to subdivide property, the first thing you need to do is you have to get a survey. So you can't go off old plat maps. You can't do that. The county won't let. You have to take the property and you have to get a survey of the entire thing. What you do is you contact a surveyor. If you need some good contacts, I have a lot in Lancaster County, Mecklenburg County, Union County. I know a lot of good guys. Usually half an acre is anywhere between $300 to $500, and then it's on your way up. I've had a 6-acre parcel that cost, I think, about $3,500 to do a survey for, but sometimes it's very well worth it, because we once did a closing where we figured out that the fence was on the property line. So it's always very good to get a survey done. So when you're subdividing property, let's say you want to divide it in half. Some counties, some cities, for example, Mint Hill is a very big one. If it's in a subdivision, and it has to be a minimum of 2 acres. So right here, I have 1.88 acres. In Mint Hill, I would not be able to subdivide this. So the first thing you want to do is definitely make sure with the county what their restrictions are in regards to subdividing the property. In this case, this property is located in Indian Land, South Carolina, so their restrictions allowed us to subdivide it. So all we had to do was get it surveyed. And then after you get it surveyed, you get a second survey, which sometimes this is an additional fee. Sometimes it's not an additional fee. It's all included. But then we get the parcel that is actually subdivided. And here you see he has, he divided the lot in half. He has all the setbacks. He has all the, dimensions written out. He has all the streets. This is all required. And another thing that's very important that you want to do, that you want to provide your surveyor, is an application. So you have to get an application. This one right here, it's backwards probably, but it's the Lancaster County Minor Plat Subdivision application, because they have requirements. They have a checklist. For example, in Mecklenburg County, you might not need setbacks on your survey. In Union County, you might need it. And so you want to make sure to provide that information to the surveyor, because, like in this case, it took 3 weeks, to add the additional stuff on the checklist. It took 45-minute drives for me to drive to Lancaster to do it again. And essentially, I had the most amazing surveyor, and he did add those additional things to the checklist. But some will say, you know what, that's an additional $100 for me to finish it. So that's really important. So what have you done so far? In order to subdivide the land, you get the survey done of the whole entire plat. Then you get the survey of the divided piece of land. And after that, with your application, with your papers, and by the way, apparently they want like 7 copies, 3 copies. Make sure you always have like 10 copies, because, and it's all on this legal paper, so this is like terrible when I'm trying to file stuff in filing systems, because they want legal paper and they want 7 copies of each, and by the way, make sure every single one of them is like stamped by the surveyor that has his official seal. So what's important, basically, ultimately, is when you want to get a property subdivided, your first and number one place of contact is the county or the city, whatever your jurisdiction is. For example, in Mint Hill, you're not going to go to Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. You're going to go to the Mint Hill town, and you're going to go to their planning department. And, that's where a realtor is very handy, where the realtor can help you direct that. Or if you want to do it on your own, which I highly do not suggest, you can do it on your own. So After you do that, you submit these papers, you submit the application, you submit all of that into the county. They do their review, they add some marks, some highlights, what else they need. And if that is a success, what you do is you pay $25 for the application, you pay an additional, you also have to pay for copies, because whenever you go down to the county, every single copy, it's like old school, 5-10 cents. And then you finally get this approval, this stamp of approval. Yay, it was amazing. And again, if you have a piece of property, no matter how big, whether it's an acre, 5 acres, 10 acres, if you're planning on selling it, so like for example, in this case, my seller, he had 1.88 acres, and that was too much for him. So he thought, you know what, let me make some money. Let me subdivide this property in half, and let me just sell one piece of it. Please make sure to do this before you list your property, before you put it up for sale, because the attorneys, they will not let you close on this property until this is stamped, marked, and approved. Now, that is the best case scenario. That is the easiest case scenario. But sometimes what we also come across is some counties will say, okay, for example, Union County. I'm going over this a lot right now with them. In Union County, if you want to subdivide property and it doesn't have county sewer, county water, those tap fees, and it will require a perk test, then you have to make sure that whatever you subdivide it for, every single lot can get a perk test. Does that make sense? Okay, let me repeat myself. So if, again, let's say this is Union County. If I have 1 acre in Union County and I want to subdivide it in the middle, I have to make sure that it perks for each lot. So let's say I did a perk test. Yay, great, I passed for a conventional system, great. But if I want to subdivide it, this lot and this lot, they both have to perk. If only one of them perks, too bad, you cannot subdivide. But if both of them perk, then that is great, because then you can definitely subdivide and it's not a problem. So that was kind of the gist and short of everything of what it's like to subdivide a property. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'd be happy to answer them. And I will work on posting an official video of, a step-by-step, just like I did for what a perk test is, a soil evaluation test. And what I'm going to do, it's a big project. It's going to take some time, but I have a website. It's thelandman.com. I'll post it below. It's thelandman.com. On there, you can see all of our listings. You can see what we have up for sale. I also have some residential rentals that I have posted there. It's just a great place of information. And also, we're going to have kind of like an information tab. And in that information tab, we're going to have videos. I've posted one a long time ago, but I'll update that. I'll have a video of what a perk test is. I'll have a video what a soil evaluation test is. I'll have a place where subdivision questions, and of course, in the long run, it'll be nice if I have all those applications out there for you. But again, I'm always available. Christina Kalyakin, your land and commercial specialist here in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you have any questions, even if you're not wanting to sell yet or you don't want to buy it, but you just kind of want to start having that conversation, I'm always happy to help. And I hope everyone has an amazing July 15th. I hope you guys have a great day at work, or if you're still at home. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.